Pokemon Go Fest's 2024 global event is almost here, with the featured mythical this year being Marshadow. We're breaking down this shadowy fighting ghost type to see if it's worth using, and if you should buy a ticket for early access. So without further ado, let's get in the shade and break it down. Welcome back everyone. Marshadow being the featured mythical for Go Fest is pretty exciting, and it's one of my personal favorites too. To start, let's take a look at its stats and moveset. Marshadow has a pretty high 265 attack stat, and an average 190 defense, and an above average 207 stamina. For moves, it sports Counter, Sucker Punch, and Poison Jab for fast moves, alongside Close Combat, Rock Slide, and all 3 Elemental Punches for charged moves. Now you'll notice that it unfortunately has no ghost attacks, no Shadow Claw, Punch, or Ball, despite being able to learn all 3 in the main series. And its signature move Spectral Thief is missing too. A trend continued after Diancie was missing its signature attack last year. But no ghost moves means there's no using it for a ghost attacker. And as a fighting attacker, things unfortunately aren't much better. It has a high attack stat and counter, but the issue is that Close Combat is a really bad move for raids. So much so that despite having over 30 more attack than it, it's comparable to regular Machamp as a fighting attacker. Had Marshadow received Aura Sphere, which it can get in the main series, it would have instead been a top tier attacker, but alas. So no raid potential, but what about PvP? We know Enthalpy is excellent in trainer battles, so how does Marshadow fare? Well currently, its combat power exceeds 1500 even in its lowest IV spreads, so it's not allowed in the Great League at all. And I'll spoil that its high attack makes it really glassy in the Ultra League, not really doing anything that Enthalpy can't. However, it's in the Master League where Marshadow really takes off. Here, it plays the role of a fighting type with nice moves and stats that actually let it compete, unlike fighting types like Machamp. Its top moveset is Counter alongside Ice Punch and Close Combat, with Ice Punch giving it a cheap move with useful coverage against Dragon, Ground, and Flying types, and Close Combat offering a strong nuke move to take out certain Pokemon before fainting or switching. Overall, this win rate looks pretty great, but I'll note it is a bit deceiving. For one, many of its wins are ones that aren't too common in the Master League. Wins against Garchomp, Ursaluna, Mamoswine, and Snorlax really aren't too exciting. It does have some notable wins against both forms of Dialga and Kyogre, alongside some other ones in differing shield and bait scenarios like Zacian, Landorus, Origin Palkia, and Solgaleo, but I don't know, it seems like we're reaching a bit just to get it to work. I think Marshadow does some things really well, like countering Dialga and other steel types, but it really needed some ghost coverage to deal with the psychic types in the meta a bit better. It's also worth noting that Marshadow being a mythical that you can't raid, you could be stuck with less than ideal IVs, and it'll also be hard to acquire XL for it. While not a huge hit, it's still something that brings it down more. So is Marshadow worth it? Well, I would say it's one of the better mythicals for the Master League, compared to things like Mew or Jirachi, but it's also not going to be a huge player. Still, it could definitely fit into some teams, perhaps one with Palkia and either Solgaleo or Ho-Oh. But are you excited for this new mythical? And will you be buying a ticket for the Global Go Fest coming up? If not, you'll still be able to get Marshadow for free at a later date. This is just for early access. I do wish Marshadow got its signature move, Spectral Thief, to provide it with some good ghost coverage, but maybe in the future. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and let us know what your plans for Go Fest are this year. We'd love to hear them. But until next time, thank you so much for watching, we hope you have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.